Alright, G John here. Last time talked about lack of hip extension. I'm going to talk about the swimmer that does the dance in the pool, okay? We see these freestyles all the time. They get that wibble wobble going. And it's like, what's going on here? You tell them all the time, keep your hips still, keep your hips still. And they're not getting any better. This can be a very frustrating process as a coach, you know. You know the swimmers listen to you. They're really trying. And you're doing everything you can to coach them to get this new activity and flaw resolved to get them to be a better swimmer. But you know what? Maybe they just don't have muscle length, strength, or timing to actually do it. So you got to give them the tools, okay? So a lot of times when you see people moving like this, they've got weak core. Okay, core is discussed all the time in swimming and the importance of it. And actually, a lot of swimmers have, washboard abs. But you know what? Don't let looks deceive you. Sometimes the most ripped swimmers in their core are actually the weakest ones in this area, because being muscular, having definition, only really shows that they have low body fat percentages. Doesn't show anything about their actual muscle, you know? Say you take a 300-pound person, you strip them all their fat, they're going to look pretty damn muscular themselves, okay? So, what are some muscles to really target here, okay? A lot of times people can classify the core into two different sets of muscles, the local and the global. Okay, so for local muscles, having improved activation of the transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, and even the obliques is necessary, because when you're kicking one leg, you're going to be working on some rotation there, and that's going to activate the oblique muscles. So working on those muscles, as well as the multifidus, The multifidus is another one, an anti-rotator muscle. So if this muscle is not working properly, you're going to see excessive rotation, and you know what? That can even lead to back pain later on. So more of the global muscles that you want to work are the glutes, okay? The glute max, glute med, glute min are some real important ones that you want to focus on. Okay, so I'll be posting some videos on all these exercises, some methods that I think are very, very important for stabilizing this motion, okay? Also, they may have not decreased strength, but decreased length of certain muscles. Sometimes the length is typically short in the hip flexors, hamstrings, things like that, all the stuff that attaches to the pelvis and can pull it and yank it in different ways. You know, the TFL and IT band may also be culprits in this case. Lastly is muscle timing. Being able to fully activate these muscles is essential, you know. If they're not really activating strong enough, this increased motion will be going. So doing some stuff with some rhythmic stabilization when someone's actually holding their abs tight and being protubed other ways. Tad Sauce has a lot of great information on his site and a great post about it. Him and I are going to be working on a DVD on different strengthening exercises specifically for swimmers in their core, hopefully in a year or so. So stay tuned for that, but take a look at his latest post on that issue for improving that muscle activation and muscle timing. Okay? So really work on those areas. You'll be working and helping those swimmers that are dancers out there in the pool. Chicha.